I actually kind of don't want to take it off because it feels really good now that I have it on here. I just kind of want to keep it now. Oh, also it's really hard to pick up. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna get into a comfy position. Yeah? What if I put you guys on the couch over there? And then you don't have to be here with me, but you can still be like near me and like on a comfy couch. What do you think about that? Hi everyone, welcome back to Chronically Queer. Today I'm going to be showing you some of the things that I do, the products I use to help when I have flare-ups from my fibromyalgia. There are a lot of things here, so I'm going to try to not ramble too much and make this too long of a video, but I do want to make sure that I really explain each thing, why I use it, what it does for me, etc. I guess first I'll tell you what type of flare-ups I tend to have. I feel like I tend to be on the less severe spectrum of fibromyalgia most of the time. I know that some of my family members that have it seem to have it a lot worse than I do at the moment. It can grow in severity, so there is a chance that as I get older, my symptoms and my triggers and all of those things could get worse. So I am aware of that, and I try to keep that in mind and do everything I can right now to make it better. So my symptoms currently when I'm having flare-ups tend to be increased pain, or more recently, a large increase in sensitivity. I hesitate to say pain. It is painful, but it's more a sensitivity thing, and I'll get into that when we get into those products. And then of course, migraines. Migraines were one of my first tells, I think, that I potentially had something. I was young when I started getting them, and it seemed to coincide with my menstrual cycle. So I think we kind of chalked it up to, oh, headaches run in the family, and you're just starting to get more severe symptoms of your menstrual cycle, and headaches or migraines are going to be one of them. There's a lot more I could say about migraines, but I feel like maybe I want to make that a separate video because there's a really long story that goes along with my migraines and the types of migraines that I've had. I've had varying types with all sorts of different severity levels. I feel like there's a lot of information there, and there's something specific that I kind of really want to be able to delve into with it that really isn't the focus of today's video. So please let me know in the comments if that is something you're interested in learning about or hearing my stories from. I will definitely make another video about that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the products for today. Now, if I'm being 100% honest with you, I am one of the worst people I know at continuously taking medications or vitamins or pills of any kind. I am awful. I'm awful at it. I don't know. See, I don't know if this is another symptom of potentially having ADHD, but I have the hardest time sticking to that schedule, and I'm really trying to be better about it because vitamins really do help. When I take these things that I'm about to show you regularly, it really does improve my symptoms, but I just have the hardest time doing it. So what I was told from my doctor, now disclaimer about any of this, I am not a doctor. I am not a medical or health professional. You definitely need to get diagnosed and talk to a doctor before you try anything. Don't self-diagnose. Try to get an actual medical diagnosis if you can. That being said, vitamins are vitamins, right? You can look into it and see if it's something. At the very least, have a blood panel done to see where your vitamin levels are and where you may be deficient, because one of the things that I learned that is common with not only fibromyalgia, but a lot of chronic illnesses, is that we tend to have a really hard time holding on to vitamin D in particular. This is my vitamin D supplement. It's 50 mcgs or 2000 IUs. It is an extra strength vitamin D. I am supposed to be taking this daily. I was told that magnesium, but not just magnesium, magnesium with vitamin B2 and B12. Apparently, our body has a hard time processing magnesium, and you need vitamin B2, I believe it was, in order to assist with that process. So you kind of have to take them in conjunction, kind of like if you're gonna do turmeric, making sure you do turmeric and cracked black pepper, because that's what's really gonna activate the turmeric and help you absorb it better. I'm pretty sure it was B12. My blood panel also came out that I was really low on B12. I was crazy low on D. B12 I have is 1,000 mcgs. And again, it's supposed to be 1 tablet daily. And then the B2 is 100 mgs, and it's also 1 tablet daily. And then the magnesium is 500 mgs, and it's also 1 tablet daily. So all of these are 1 tablet a day, which seems easy enough, but somehow I still seem to have a problem doing it. And then another thing I take that was not necessarily recommended by my doctor, but I do it because of my own research that I've done, is turmeric. This is 1,500 mgs. It's enhanced with ginger and black pepper, so it helps, you know, with that activation of it. This one is supposed to be 2 capsules daily, and it does say that you really should take it with a meal or right after eating. I try to take all my vitamins after eating something. I personally have a hard time with vitamins on an empty stomach. I know some people don't seem to have that issue, but for me, any vitamin, doesn't matter what vitamin it is, anything on an empty stomach, even sometimes my allergy pill on an empty stomach, makes me so nauseous. So I always try to eat first before I take any of this. This one is also something that I started taking that was not necessarily recommended by my doctor, but the individual things that are in it were things that were recommended by my doctor. So for me, because I have a hard time sometimes with taking all of these daily, sometimes it's easier to have one pill that has a couple of these things in it, so I don't have to take all of them. So I found this one. It's from Life Seasons Therapeutics. It's called Migra-Tea Tension Ease, and it's for headaches or migraines. The reason that I really liked it is because it already had magnesium, CoQ10, D3, B6, and B12. So it already had a lot of the things that I was supposed to be taking. And then along with that, it also has ginger, which it says supports healthy blood flow to the head and calms the nervous system. Feverfew, which was traditionally used to help ease head discomfort, and white willow, which contains salicin, I think is how you say it. Don't come for me if I said it wrong, correct me in the comments, which has been shown to help ease discomfort. Yeah, so this one, especially if I'm having a headache day, or if I just really don't feel like taking all of these other pills, I will just take this because it already has so much of it in there in one pill. This next one may not be for everybody, and it's definitely not for anybody underage. I'm lucky enough to live in California where I have access to something like this. But this is a cannabis-infused CBD THC hybrid gummy. I actually just recently got this when I started having one of the worst flare-ups I've ever had for my fibromyalgia, and it lasted weeks, multiple weeks. And it was a touch sensitivity flare-up where I was in so much pain on my body, but it wasn't a muscle pain or anything like that. It was my skin. Everything that touched it, every sensation that I had hurt so bad, and I was so uncomfortable. That's the word I've been looking for. Uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. I could not find clothes to wear. I could not get comfortable in any position I was in. It was just excruciating. It was awful. I was in tears, and it was traveling to different parts of my body. For a while, it was like a good majority of my body. A lot of times it was like my upper legs or my sides, the sides on both sides. It was, I cannot tell you, it was so bad. It got to the point where my fiance was like, you know, you haven't had CBD gummies in a while, and I really feel like maybe we should look into getting you some new ones. So we went to a dispensary, and the person who was working there talked to me about what I was looking for. I explained the symptoms I was having, and they suggested that I don't just get a regular CBD gummy, that I really look into a CBD with some THC. And I was very nervous about this. I did not want to take anything with THC orally, but the pain was that bad. It was, and it had been a long enough time at that point that I was like, if I don't get, if something does not help soon, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I wanted to tear off my skin. It was awful. And they were really insistent that it would work best, that the CBD would work best with just a little bit of THC, and that it didn't have to be really strong. It could be a very low amount of THC, but that it really helps activate the CBD. So they suggested this one. It's from Wild Canna, and like I said, it's their cannabis-infused CBD THC strawberry gummies. It's a 20-to-1 ratio, so it's mostly CBD. This tells you how in pain I was. I only have one left of these. I don't know if you can see it. I only have one because I took so many of them at the time, because I really needed it. The serving size is half a gummy, and there were 20 servings in this little tiny thing. Serving size, half a gummy, 20 servings. I only have one left. I got to the point where I was just taking an entire gummy, like 2 servings. Just because my pain was incredible. It was just crazy. And this really was helping when I would take it, mixed with another thing that I got there that I'm gonna go into later. I'm really glad that I listened and got it, because it really was helpful. Again, I am not a doctor. I'm not a healthcare professional. I can't tell you what's gonna be best for you. I can't tell you what your reaction is gonna be with taking something like THC. I don't know if it's legal where you are. But if it is legal and it's something that you want to look into, I definitely recommend researching it and talking to someone and making sure that that's maybe a good option for you before doing it. For me, it really helped. I cannot tell you the relief. I'm like actually tearing up. I didn't expect to. That's how in pain I was at the time. That even thinking about those couple weeks really affects me, clearly. I really was not expecting that. The relief I felt when I finally found a group of things that helped was just incredible. I am so thankful that I listened and I got these along with a couple other things. I don't know what I would have done without it. All right. Took a breather and we've regrouped. Okay, moving on in terms of things that I orally take to help with my flare-ups and my migraines, symptoms, everything that goes along with fibro. I have a couple different teas that I recommend. This is from a small kind of local tea shop. I'm pretty sure we got it at a farmer's market. The company is called Claritea, C-L-A-R-I-T-E-A. And this one is their pain and headache, hopefully you can see that, pain and headache herbal tea. And it is for fighting against frequent migraines and headaches. This one in particular has white willow bark, wild lettuce, feverfew. So funny, I'm just realizing that it has a lot of the same stuff that's in my Migratea pill. That's hilarious. St. John's wort, meadowsweet, lavender, and periwinkle. And when I take it, it actually really does help. This tea really does assist. And anything with lavender always makes me feel a little bit better and calms me down. I feel like it even helps with my anxiety levels. And lavender is really good if you need to go to sleep. So a lot of times for this type of tea, I'll take it and then take a nap right after, or take it right before I'm gonna go to bed, especially if I've been having a headache. And I always wake up feeling a million times better. So highly recommend a tea. If you can't find this one, then a tea like this one. But they do have a website, so please go check them out. And it says that their Instagram handle is clari.teas, so clary.teas on Instagram. So there you go. So that's one of them. And then this one is from the Full Leaf Tea Co. Hopefully you can read that. And this is their organic anti-inflammatory tea. It's a green tea packed with herbs to relieve inflammation. This one has sencha, ginger, cinnamon, rose hips, holy basil, turmeric, black pepper, and they're all organic. I absolutely love this tea. I actually love the spice that it has to it, like that kind of bite. I love the kind of spiciness. I'm a huge fan of anything spicy, even if it's not like a heat spice, it's just like a spicy spice. Does that make sense? You know what I mean. So I reach for this one a lot, but both of them are great. They both really help. This one, anti-inflammatory, beautiful. If I wake up and I'm not necessarily having like a headache day or like a pain day, but I'm feeling like, I'm just feeling a little inflamed. I'm feeling a little like, ooh, like I'm kind of stiff. Like I'm feeling kind of like, oh, everything's firing a little bit. I will drink this one. Plus with it having the green tea in it, it still gives me a little bit of caffeine. So this one, I feel like I can drink it in the morning if I need to when I'm having a little bit of a flare-up day. And I still get a little bit of that caffeine hit that I need for the morning, but then it has all the things that help me with my inflammation. I want to move on to lotions / creams / salve. That'll be our next category. This is the one I got in conjunction with the gummies. Same place, I bought it at the same time. I really wanted something that I could put directly on the spots that were having this sensitivity issue. This is called Papa and Barkley. The company name is called Papa and Barkley. I'll show it to you there, Papa and Barkley. And this is their 3-to-1 CBD-rich relief balm for everyday pain and inflammation. I used quite a bit, and you really don't need a lot, but I was using it so frequently that I really got into that bottle. You can see there's, you know, I really used a lot of this. This was so helpful for the areas where I was having that sensitivity pain. But let me tell you, having to touch the areas that were sensitive was so painful for me. So painful that I actually felt nauseous and lightheaded after. It was crazy. And I got to the point where I couldn't do it myself because I could not make myself put myself in that much pain. So I had to ask my fiance to put this on me every single day. I could not do it. I tried to do it a couple times by myself, and I really, really needed her help. She was a huge help to me during those weeks when I was having this flare up, but it was so bad that she was barely touching me trying to put this on, and I was in tears. I was like holding back, screaming. Like I said, I would feel not, especially when it had gotten widespread and it was all over and we had to put it in so many different areas rather than just one, I would feel so nauseous and lightheaded afterwards. It was crazy. So it was one of the worst flare-ups I've ever had. But this stuff, along with the CBD gummies, I would not have made it through that flare up without these two things. Truly, 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 I'm so glad that I had them. I do have a couple other lotions and things that I like to use. This one in particular, if you are someone who's really sensitive to smells, which one of the things that can come with fibromyalgia is increased sensitivity to things like fragrances. So, well, you know, if you're like that, or maybe you just don't like having things with fragrance, or maybe you have bad reactions with your skin, like your skin is really sensitive and you don't like added fragrances, this lotion in particular is unscented. It's just CBD. It says it's an everyday formula. This is the brand. This one has 750 mgs of CBD. It is odorless, colorless, non-greasy, good for use all over the body. This is a great just general body lotion to help with pain and inflammation. So highly recommend this one. This one's Sagely Natural CBD Cream Tranquility. I like this one because it has lavender, but again, if you're somebody who does not like to have a lot of scents, maybe this one wouldn't be for you. This one I tend to use again at night. I really like things with lavender at night. It helps me sleep. So this one is CBD Lavender Bergamot. In general, this one has a lot less CBD, so I don't necessarily use this one for flare-ups, but I will use it, like I said, at night to go to sleep. Maybe I'm just feeling a little uncomfortable, or I'm just having like my normal, what my normal everyday pain is in my body. Help the pain kind of subside a little bit, you know. We're trying this new thing, magnesium oil spray. I haven't tried any other brands, so I can't necessarily speak for this brand in particular against other brands. This is the first one that we've tried. So this is Guru Nanda, but I do think that it helps. You know, magnesium is something that, one of the things that I'm definitely lacking that can help with a lot of my symptoms. And they do say that skin can absorb it better and faster than taking pills. So sometimes it's nice to have the spray where I can just put it directly onto areas of my body or like the bottom of my feet and put some socks on for like quick absorption. This one I kind of hate to promote the company. I don't know if I will continue buying from them, but I still have 2 tubes, so I'm still using them up right now because they are working for me and I had already bought it. I had a friend who was into this company at one point and I got everything from them. But I will say that it really does truly help me, so I'm torn. It's like an all-natural version of Icy Hot. So it's from doTERRA. It's called Deep Blue Rub, and I liked that it was more natural. Again, the company itself, I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep supporting it or not. I'm going to just use up these that I have right now. And I'm gonna try looking for other ones like this, maybe similar, but maybe from a company that I feel better supporting. So if you know anything like this, please let me know, like a natural essential oil version of Icy Hot that you would recommend. I would really love to try it out because truly this actually really, really helps me. And I'm gonna be sad when it's gone because I don't know that I wanna keep buying from them. So very sad about that. We've got 2 more in this kind of category I'm putting together here. Lush is another company that I have like a love-hate relationship. I started using Lush when they were a fairly new company. There were hardly any physical stores. I had to buy everything online unless I wanted to drive kind of a good distance. Some of their formulas started changing and they started using ingredients that they weren't using before. Things that just didn't feel as natural to me. I haven't done as much research now. I really want to look into it and see what they're using, how they're stacking up ethically. I really liked them because they were like a really good eco-conscious, but I recently was gifted stuff from the store and I'm not going to say no to it because truly, like, there are a few of their products that I really, really love. And they brought back one of my favorite body butters. Anyway, that's a whole separate thing. This massage bar in particular, I love it when I'm having inflammation and just for my general pain that I tend to have, because it has cinnamon in it. Oh my gosh, it is amazing. But this is what it looks like. I cannot get enough of the smell. I am a huge, like I said, I love spices. I love cinnamon and like clove and things like that. And oh my God, it's just, it smells so good. And it really does help, like it really feels good on my skin. So really love this one. And then last but not least in this category, I'm gonna throw some essential oils into this category. This I got specifically because of another YouTuber that I absolutely love, Molly Burke. She talked about this Pocket Pharmacy from Sage, and I knew I had to get it. I was like, yes, please, I'll buy it. And it has been just one of the best things ever. I actually need to refill. I need some new ones. So I'm gonna need to look into that. But this lasted me so long. I cannot tell you, this has lasted me so long. It's crazy. You can tell I've had it for so long because you can barely read the words now for what they're supposed to be. And I love this little message here. I used to be a water bottle. It's like made out of recycled materials, which I think is amazing. Anyway, are these expired? Oh, these are technically expired. Okay, well, don't tell anybody because they're still working and I'm sure it's fine. I'll get new ones soon. Oops. Anyway, breezing right past that, the ones in particular that I use for my fibromyalgia flare-ups, and the reason I bought this is because there is a pain release and a pep halo. Those are the two that I use the most for my fibro. And one of the things that sold me on this was that you've got this little tiny, oh man, I should get closer. You've got this little tiny thing and it, you know, container of essential oil. And on one end, it is a roller. Don't know if you can see that. It's like, how do people do this? Don't know if you can see that. On one end, it's a roller. And the other end is like a little dropper. I just love it. So it's got like a little dropper top. You can open it and drop it into things if you need to. So you want to like add it to your own base, like a unscented lotion or like a coconut oil, or maybe you want to like add a few drops or something into like a bath. You can drop it. I've used this so much and I barely like it is only here. It is only here. And it's expired. And I used it all the time. I don't understand how I have this much left. It's insane. Anyway, this one we are like out of. Like we're down to here. Like we've used all of it. And this is their Pep Halo one. And we'll take the roller when we're having headaches and we'll put it, like it says, a halo, right? So I'll put it right along here, especially concentrating on the temple area. I will put it down here into this area and behind my neck, and I'll even bring it down. So down my neck onto like my shoulders and stuff here, especially if I'm having like more of a tension headache. I'll bring it down there. I cannot tell you, highly recommend. I love this stuff. Love it. All right, that concludes lotions / creams / salves / I guess essential oils. And we'll move on to our last category. Oh, I just realized it's not the last category. Well, we're almost done. The next category is baths. Now, I personally love a good bath. Baths are my favorite. They're my me time. I listen to tranquil music, meditation music, witchy vibes music. It depends on what I'm wanting to do for that day, and it depends on what book I'm trying to read. For my baths for that flare-up, I only had these. This other one I got as a stocking stuffer from my fiance because I had such bad flare-ups. We were looking into what could have helped. and she found these and got them for me as stocking stuffers. But while I was having the flare-ups, all I had were my Dr. Teals, and these actually helped a lot. I bought these for general pain, but especially menstrual pain, because I get really bad symptoms for my menstrual cycle. So on the days where I'm having those really bad pains, sometimes it's nice to soak in a bathtub. And I had found these from Dr. Teals, and the foaming bath with pure Epsom salt. This one is specifically for menstrual relief, herbal plant complex, and essential oils to help ease muscle cramps and body aches, often related to PMS. There you go, right there. And then I put that in the bath in conjunction with the Dr. Teals Calm and Serenity Pure Epsom Salts. This one's in rose essential oil, and it's supposed to help ease aches and soreness from muscle pains. And milk protein helps promote silky smooth skin. So that's this one. These helped so much. They help so much. You can tell I'm like, this bag, I have this much left. It was, again, one of the only times that during that flare-up where I felt comfortable sitting in that bath. I didn't feel the pain. I didn't feel that sensation. And it just magical. For Christmas, my fiance got me these. This is from Muscle Rehab. I really want to try more of their stuff because this bath bomb is one of the best bath bombs I've ever used. It's specifically for athletes, it says. And it says, potent ingredients formulated for maximum results. Muscle Rehab provides natural support for your every move. It's more than a bath bomb, it's muscle rehab. It says, ingredients that work as hard as you. Arnica and turmeric to help soothe joint pain and muscle soreness. Vetiver and ginger to cool, soothe, and calm. Eucalyptus, peppermint, and spearmint to help with breathing and clarity. Epsom salts, specifically magnesium sulfate to help reduce swelling and ease tension. Clary sage, majorium, and rosemary to help with circulation. And black pepper to help boost the turmeric's effect. And black pepper is also high in antioxidants. There you go. So it's got all of those things. These have been so good that I really want to look into this company and see what else they have and buy more things from them for my baths, because just chef's kiss. I just love it. So this is that. Here. The last thing is my weighted blanket. I have always used it for anxiety, but I started realizing that it really helped with my soreness as well. And I started using it when I was having that flare-up because, again, I was realizing that the more pressure, the tighter the clothing, the hotter the water, the heavier the pressure on me, the better it actually felt. So I started having this on more often, and I looked it up, and they actually have done studies into it. There were studies done, and they did show that heavier weighted blankets actually do help reduce the feeling of pain in patients with fibromyalgia or chronic pain issues. So my weighted blanket is my last and final thing that I use to help with my flare-ups. Okay. Ooh. I hope that this was useful for you. I hope that maybe I gave you a few suggestions for products that you can try using. If there are specific products or anything that you really like that help you with your fibromyalgia or chronic pain symptoms, please leave them in the comments below so that our entire community can benefit from using those and trying them out. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and turn on that bell notification so that you are notified whenever I post a new video. I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Please stay kind to yourself, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.